here with a channel update instead of a regular update. Um, the reason is that there's going to be, unfortunately, another change to this channel. I'm sad to report the that the brand and the format of the channel is going to have to go. As those of you who subscribe to the channel and have watched the live streams and understand and know, this channel became a sci-fi film and TV channel um, a little while ago, and I had a good time doing live streams on TV, a couple of TV shows that I got to look into, and I don't know if I did a movie or so. Maybe I don't think I did a movie. Excuse me. But unfortunately, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to close up shop when it comes to that format, when it comes to that brand. I'm afraid it's this channel is no longer going to be doing sci-fi film and TV. And the reason why is because of a combination of factors. As some of you may be aware, I'm in Hawaii, and the recent events, as I'm sure, unless you've been living in a cave, that you uh, and don't know, what I would call the disaster that occurred on another island here. Um, so there's that, and that's had kind of repercussions. And I think people justifiably concerned across the state. Will it come to this island or will it occur here, what have you? So that's what's gone on in terms of some of the aspects of here. But the that disaster that occurred kind of forced me to focus on number one, news and information and finding out stuff because I felt it was important to find out stuff about what was going on, even if it wasn't on another island. Doesn't matter; it's in the state. But another factor's been that I've been busy with other projects and other business, as you probably are aware of from what's recently come up on this channel. I recently kind of dusted off my um, Substack and wrote a piece, and so I've been for the past, because that piece came out on the 31st of August. Past several days, I've been promoting that piece, so that's kept me busy. Um, so I have been focused on other things, other projects. Like I said, the Substack piece, and I may be doing another piece. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm debating it. You know, really depends. But the reality is that my attention and my focus and has been on other business, other affairs, other aspects. And so there really hasn't been any, not so much time, but there really hasn't been any reason for me to do live streams about sci fi TV shows or movies for that matter. And after giving the matter a bit of thought, it really just doesn't make sense to continue doing this channel with the brand. First of all, I would have to say the brand itself was perfectly fine for me. I enjoyed doing the live streams. I was having a good time talking about Star Trek, for example. I think the show UFO, Doctor Who. But after what's occurred and what's happened, I really don't feel like doing lives where I'm talking about, or live streams where I'm talking about Star Trek. I just or dissecting episodes of Doctor Who, or going into detail about Star Wars. I don't. Whereas before, I was very happy to do that. I was enjoying it. I was having a good time. The mood has changed, and I just don't have. I literally don't have the energy, and I don't have the interest in doing it. And it's sad for me because again, I really enjoyed it. I liked doing it. I enjoy doing the live streams, but and enjoyed the brand, but I just I can't do it. I don't have the interest and the focus and the energy to do it. So um, sad to say those videos are gonna have to go, and those lives are gonna have to go, and this channel will revert back to being a miscellaneous channel. So there'll be no format, no brand. It'll just be miscellaneous. Um, I don't really know what's gonna happen with the channel. I don't know. Um, to be brutally honest, and maybe people who are with this channel understand, um, I never really intended this channel to really go full scale operational or continue to be operational. This channel was from the very beginning supposed to just be like a test station. I did about 3 test lives. I was supposed to test it out. And, you know, I was really, when I have my other channel, which is my official channel, once I got that started, excuse me, once I got that started, it really was I was supposed to kind of get rid of this channel or really not do anything on this channel. But what happened was that this channel grew, so more people came to the channel than my official channel, and that was never the plan for me. And so I thought it would be, kind of detrimental to get rid of a channel that was growing. Um, it just didn't really make sense to me. I mean, um, so frankly, I would encourage people to actually subscribe to my other channel. If you haven't already, the name of the channel is Writer Albert Lanier. That's Writer Albert Lanier, and subscribe to that channel. You know, there's some content there. It's really my official channel. It's the that was the channel that was supposed to stay, and this was supposed to go. But the growth of this channel has been such, although it hasn't really grown by leaps and bounds, it grew initially at a good pace, and then kind of slowed down and went backwards and then went forwards once again. I've done what I can with this channel because it was never really intended to be a full scale operational channel. Um, and, the content that I've done on this channel, I had previously done just TV and film before and enjoyed doing that. I've enjoyed doing content on this channel. So it really isn't about doing content, doing live streams. It's not about that. But at this point, with what's gone on in the state and what I've been busy doing, it just seems like that it's frivolous. It's like frivolous for me to be doing live stream videos about Doctor Who and Star Trek. It just I just don't I just don't think that's the right thing to do right now. There's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't. I mean, I don't feel like doing it. In the past month, and this is the second aspect that I'll get to. In the past month, kind of the air's been let out, and so the joy is kind of gone, and it's not the fault of the format or the the brand or anything. It had nothing to do with the brand or the format. It just has to do with what's occurred here and the fact I've been, drawn away with other things have come up that have drawn my attention so far. And so the last thing I'll talk about in that regard is what I would call the elephant outside the room. I, as I mentioned in an update before, I haven't really talked about the disaster that occurred in the state. It seems like everybody and their uncle or auntie has gotten on YouTube and offered their point of view or their opinion or their theory or their examination or dissection. Um, and these are people from outside the state for the most part. So they don't really know anything about the state. In fact, they don't really know anything about anything, most of these people. I haven't. And the reality and the reason is number one, I'm not on that island. Um, if I were on Maui, then I'd probably be talking about it. Then you'd probably be getting live streams discussing it, if it was feasible, depending on what part of Maui you're on and if you have internet connection. And number two, I saw no reason to talk about something while it's still playing out. You know, the weird thing about, I don't even say the weird thing about it, but the reality of this situation is, at the very beginning, there were lots of unanswered questions. And today, as I'm speaking, this is a month since the disaster happened, and there's still unanswered questions. There's still, there's still, there's only a certain amount of knowledge that people have here in this state about what occurred. I don't mean just on Maui. I mean in the entire state. Um, Although I wrote a piece for Substack, I'm not a working journalist anymore. I retired 6 years ago. So I'm not a full, a working reporter. But I can tell you, as someone who's been a reporter, has been a journalist, there's so many stories here. There's so many stories that I think haven't been covered and need to be covered, or would be good that they're covered, in my view. But I can only tell you from my perspective. Again, I'm not a working reporter anymore. So although I wrote a piece for Substack and I advise you to read it, you can go to my Substack, check out the live, which is about brand new Substack. Check that out, watch that, go there, read my piece. I'm looking at possibly doing another piece. It's going to be different, of course, certainly different from that story. Um, but the reality is that there's still a lot of unanswered questions. I haven't talked about it because my feeling was let let it sort itself out, let time pass. And it's about a month. So I'm at a point now where I may start talking about it. Again, I'm not on Maui. I'm not on Maui. So I don't feel like I don't know what people would want to hear I don't really care what they want to hear. What I care about are the facts. But I really haven't really talked. I haven't really talked about it. Again, I have to be brutally honest. There are people getting. When I look at that, I really feel that that was the responsible thing to do. I feel it's the responsible thing to do. Wait until time has passed. Wait until there's enough information that's out there. But it's. I don't think there's enough information. And I think it's been a month at least. I think today's about a month, and it's getting to a point where I may have to chime in. I've actually chimed in. I've actually been interviewed about the fires on a show called Parallax Views. Check it out if you're interested. You can go to Parallax Views and you can look that episode up and listen to my interview. Um, but like I said, there are still unanswered questions. There's still a lot of unanswered questions here, and a lot of information that needs to come out. Will it come out? I don't know. I just don't know. Again, being on another island, it's a lot more difficult. Um, so I may do a live stream or a or two dealing with the disaster at this point. I feel like I wasn't looking to talk about it and I didn't talk about it at all. I didn't discuss it. But I feel like enough time has gone by. There's still not enough answers. There's still too many questions. There's still not enough information. So I may do it. I would say if people are interested in a live stream like that, let me know in the comment section. As per usual, my bylaws state that no inappropriate comments will be stated in my section. Those individuals will be summarily banned, just so that it's understood. All right, I think that's about it. So if you're interested in seeing a live stream where I talk about the fires with a chat with an audience in the chat, let me know. Then I'll do it. If not, I won't. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But just to wrap up, for the channel update, the channel is no longer going to be a sci-fi film and TV channel. The reasons are what's been going on here in the state, and I've been busy with other projects. I've been busy with other business that's gone on. My mind's been on other things and other focused, and I really just don't have the energy and really the interest to do this format anymore and to do that. And the second thing is, I'll just cut to the chase at the end of it. I may do a live stream dealing with the fires. I haven't talked about it. It's been about a month now. I may do a live stream. I may do a live stream. We'll see. But that's up to the people there. So I would say, let me know in the chat if that's something that you would be interested in. If there are any inappropriate comments, you will be banned from this channel. Simple as that. So no inappropriate comments. So, all right. I think that's about it. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye, folks.